Hello and welcome back to the channel of nonsense and sunny old London. Last year one of the best electric cars I drove was the Skoda Enyaq, and I've come here to see a lady pull a dirty sheet off of a new swoopier one and possibly a fast one, I'm not sure yet, the vRS. So join me, we're going to head inside and see if we're about to see the future of reasonably quick Skoda-ness without using petrol. Let's go. Here it is there, no, don't adjust your set. Skoda hasn't accidentally made a BMW X4M. It does look a bit like it though. This is the Enyaq EV Coupe. This is the vRS version, and it's kind of a swoopier, meaner looking version of the Enyaq. Yeah, it is very, very yellow. It's got a light up grille. You're going to be able to get a regular coupe version. It doesn't have to be a VRS, but the VRS is coming out first on the coupe, if that makes sense. And later in 2022, you will be able to get an Enyaq SUV VRS, which is going to be like the normal sort of looking one. The regular coupe Enyaq is going to cost about £40,000. This VRS one, I reckon, is going to be around 50. They've not said yet. And you can only buy the VRS version of the coupe to start with. In the UK, you can order a VRS Enyaq Coupe IV from about February, and it will arrive in June. And then you can order a normal coupe in May to arrive in August. Are you still with me? Anyway, let's look at it. Skoda says it's designed to spark passion. I don't know what kind of passion this sparks in you. I don't know. I'm vaguely tumescent. Looks quite nice, I suppose. It is quite a big car, like the Enyaq. It's just got a swoopier roof, obviously. And it's only going to come with the biggest 77 kilowatt hour usable battery with 3 powertrains. You're going to be able to get a 204 horsepower rear-wheel drive one, 265 dual motor version, and the VRS, this one, is 299 horsepower, which makes it the most powerful VRS ever, but also the heaviest one. You get a new VRS badge. Look. The old red is gone, you've got this, well, I think it's called hyper green, this colour, and you've got some stitching. We'll look at the inside in a minute. There's some journalists doing boring stuff around there, so I'll quickly look at the back seats, because you're probably thinking, is this just a less practical version of the Enyaq? And I guess it is, but let's see if a 6'3" idiot fits in the back. Oh, they folded the seats down so I can't get in there. Yeah, let's talk about back seat space, because obviously when you do the whole Snoopy roofline thing on SUV, you usually knack a rear headroom. I'm going to jump in and flip my camera around, and it's going to be really dark. Yeah, this has got a panoramic sunroof, and I actually fit in the back, and I can lean almost all, well, I can lean all the way back without hitting my head on the roof. If I squish the headrest, I do eventually make contact between baldness and the headlining. But yeah, we'll close the rear doors. Doesn't feel too claustrophobic either. So actually, this feels like it's going to be quite a practical coupe SUV. It's so dark you won't be able to see, but there's loads of knee room there and room for my feet under the front seat. So yes, as far as coupe SUVs go, this looks like a good one. Let's hop out and look in the boot, because the boot is a little bit smaller than on the regular Enyaq. Let's go. Ugh. Did smack my head getting out. Obviously the boot is a little bit smaller because they've sloped the roofline. It's now 570 litres as opposed to 585, so you lose a whole 15 litres of boot space compared to the non-coupe version of the Enyaq. But given how roomy those rear seats are, and the fact it's still got quite a practical rear boot, I think that's a pretty decent job, isn't it? Quite like the look of the back. They've sharpened up the tail lights, I think, a little bit. There is no VRS badge on the back though, despite the fact this is the VRS, although because it's a European car, this one only says RS, because Skoda UK isn't allowed to call their cars RS because of a lawsuit with Ford, because they own RS over here, I think. But anyway, I think it looks quite nice, quite swoopy. No fancy spoilers or anything, it's all smoothed off for aero. And this is the most aerodynamically efficient version of the Enyaq, and I think it's more aerodynamically efficient than the Volkswagen ID.5. It's got a coefficient of drag of 0.234. Sorry, there's my massive shadow. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about it. I'll show you up front quickly. I just like the look of it. I think I'd have this over the regular Enyaq. looks a bit younger. Oh yeah, performance. Should we talk about performance? This will do 0 to 62 in 6.5 seconds and on to 111 miles an hour, which makes it the fastest Enyaq in terms of top speed and acceleration. It will charge on a 130 kilowatt charger, and it will get from 10 to 80% battery in half an hour. My camera's gone out of focus. And the battery in the regular Enyaq EV Coupe, not the VRS, will get you 339 miles. They've not actually said how far the VRS will go, but apparently it's just over 300 miles. Inside, you get the small 5.3-inch driver's display there, which is handy, just coming on, and you've got the massive 13-inch one. Now, I did drive the Enyaq last year, and I really enjoyed using the infotainment system, which is rare in a Volkswagen Group car these days. But you've got all this Alcantara across the dash, as I had my Octavia VRS, and you've got seats with fluorescent green piping on them. Yummy. Otherwise, it's just pretty much standard Enyaq in here, which is to say, quite a nice, relaxing place to sit. Yummy. So there we have it, a very, very quick walk around of the new Skoda Enyaq EV Coupe VRS. How many more letters can they fit in it? I think it looks pretty stonking. I presume it'd be quite good to drive because the regular Enyaq is as well, and it's roomy and all the rest of it. So yeah, you can order one of these very soon in the UK, and it will arrive May time. Hopefully I'll get to drive one soon as well, so I can tell you if it's a dog to drive. Anyway, sorry it's been noisy, badly lit and badly presented as usual. If this has been helpful, hit like. If it hasn't, also hit like and subscribe so I can continue to gorge myself on Toblerones, and I'll see you next time when I won't be in a railway arch in London with a Skoda and a bunch of journalists. Goodbye.